Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. So, I just finished watching X-Men 3, The Last Stand. Yes, I know. I'm crazy for watching X-Men 3, The Last Stand. For all it's worth, yes, it's pretty terrible. But it's also one of the most beloved and one of the most highest ranking Fox X-Men movies ever. And I literally mean one of the highest. One of the highest out of the entire X-Men franchise. It's not as high as like Logan or Deadpool or X-Men Days of Future Past. It's somewhere like in there. It's somewhere around those numbers. I forget, but oh man. So we have reached the critical point in where mutants and everything else or everyone else has shifted. Now and like, okay, so there's the cure, right? That's going on. You have the cure plot, which was handled somewhat pretty well. You have the rogue situation, side plot to the other main side plot. And then you have the Dark Phoenix Force saga, which was handled worse, which was handled horribly, but not as horrible as what they did with Dark Phoenix, which we're gonna touch upon that another time. Or for another day. When we dive deep into the full timeline of the MCU and why and how the X-Men are a part of or have always been in the MCU, but we're not touching that aspect. That's for next year. So, with the Fox X-Men timeline, or the Fox X-Men MCU timeline, which we're focusing on today, it still has the it kind of wraps the end of what happened to Jean in X-Men 2, which we saw that character arc get wrap up ish. And yeah, it's an interesting movie. There's a lot to unpack, and with it almost being 20 years since the movie came out, in about another 3 years, it will be 20 years since the movie came out. God dang, I was 10 when that movie came out. Holy moly. Wow. I still have a unique fondness of it. Like, yes, it is terrible. Yes, it is bad. Some parts are bad. But at times, it's a fun movie to, like, just go back and just watch. Because, like, it's the X-Men. Who doesn't love the X-Men? Am I right? Whether you're a DC fan, IDW fan, Boom fan, Marvel fan, or what Malibu, or independent comic book fan, whatever fan you are, you cannot deny that you are an X-Men fan. There's no way you can deny that you are an X-Men fan. Heck, I love the X-Men. But anyways, now we see a total shift in where they are and everything leading up to Days of Future Past. And everything that came before, during, and after this movie is still a part of the Fox X-Men timeline, but it gets murky, it gets blurry, because, like, you have all these different things going on. It's complicated, but it's still not a bad movie. It's one of those movies that is bad when it first comes out, but the more it's out and it goes to other streaming services nowadays, and the more you watch it and look back on it, you get to see where you get to see that it does turn into a really good film. It does turn into a great film. Wow. The more you see, it's one of those weird movies in a trilogy where, like just from my movie loving standpoint, it's one of those movies, and I guarantee you Ant-Man 3 is just like that. Now, the end mostly focuses on that the cure is temporary. Professor X body hopped into some possibly random dude in a coma, and the X-Men mostly focused on the X-Men after this movie mainly focused on teaching, because that's the only thing that they wanted to do. You know, there was no big threat happening. There was really nothing that they could do at that time, because all they really wanted to do was teach people how to teach other mutants how to use their powers, grow their powers, and pretty much get ready for Days of Future Past. And that's pretty much where the storyline starts to differ. And that's why we really haven't seen much of the X-Men, because either they split up, they died, or there was nothing for them to do. So teaching young mutants how to use their powers and grow their powers was the only thing that they could do. And yes, it does take place after Mutant X, season 3. So I would say about like a year after, maybe 2 years after season 3 of Mutant X. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys so far for right now. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day. Thanks. Bye.